everybody. This is Carolina Millan. Welcome to a new episode of Beyond the Hustle. And I'm here today with the General Manager of a company named Fructify, Mr. Remy Bigot. How are you, Remy?
Hi, Carolina. It's nice to see you again. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me. And hi, everybody from the audience.
Where do you see the cryptocurrency space going moving forward? You probably heard the news that, Panama is going to do the same thing, but El Salvador here in South America, they made Bitcoin like an official payment method over there, which caused some controversy because, I wouldn't say it's a third world country. It's kind of like Chile. It's a developing country. So not every person who has a little shop even knows what Bitcoin is. And now they are going to be forced to accept it as a payment method. So anyway, what do you think? Do you think it's going to go mainstream? What are your thoughts on cryptocurrency? Then we can talk about NFTs.
Yeah, of course. It's super interesting because, crypto failed to be mainstream at the moment, definitely. And I love crypto. I'm not an anti-crypto. My business is all around cryptos. But at the moment they failed because it's too complicated. There is a lot of difficulties to understand it, to use it, to pay with it.
Fees also.
Yeah, the fees. We can talk about it after that about NFTs. But of course, Ethereum gas fees, as you said, they are completely out of control sometimes. So, but it's not only that. It's also the fact that a lot of governments, a lot of institutions tried for so long to say Bitcoin is bad, cryptos are bad, because they want to protect the classical financial thing. And for me, it's not 100% a bad thing, because I think we need two systems, in my opinion. And I know that some Bitcoin maximalists will say, we want to kill you, but it's like that. I think we need two systems because some people need banks, and I love banks because if there is no banks, I will never have a real estate here in France. So thanks to them, I have it because I was like a normal worker at the beginning. I have a very low wage, so not too much money. So I need banks to help me to invest in real estate. And in the other part, we need, of course, another system because, as we say, a lot of crisis every 5-10 years worldwide comes and comes and comes again. And we need something else. And we need more liberty. We need more decentralization. So we need something like Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin still is the king of everything because even the philosophy around it is amazing. So I think it's the past, the present, and the future for me. But I think we need two systems. And maybe where crypto failed to be mainstream, NFTs will succeed, I think.
Absolutely. So one thing where I'm still not very familiar, where I'm not very experienced and I'm not very familiar with are, what they call decentralized finance and what's the other word? The DAO. Can you talk a little about that and how that is related to
decentralized organization? Yeah.
There you go, decentralized organization. But there's an A.
I don't remember the A, but yeah.
The A means something too. So can you talk a little about that? How is that going to help in moving forward into the future of crypto?
Yeah, it's interesting because it's exactly the decentralization. Now with that kind of services, for example, Uniswap is a well-known DeFi system, a financial system. So you go to Uniswap and you can swap a crypto with another crypto without any middleman, So it's just you against someone else, with someone else, you just exchange. And there is a form of liquidity to make the transaction. And it's very cool because there is one problem right now in the blockchain is that they are not interoperable. So sometimes we need to use that kind of crypto, but you cannot use it in this other blockchain or other crypto. So you need to swap cryptos each others. So it helps, but there is some problems also because if there is no middleman, no someone trying to protect or secure,
right.
you can lose everything, because if you do the wrong thing, you have nobody to ask, So it's an amazing invention, but at the same time, it's difficult to people to understand, to not make mistakes, and to not lost a lot of money. So for the good crypto geeks, it's amazing. But for mainstream right now, it's too far away. We need years to understand that.
How would you, like, for the people who are listening, how would you explain NFTs? How would you explain the value? Because there are still a lot of people who don't understand why we pay so much money for a JPEG. So how would you explain them to somebody who doesn't know what it is?
I think there is two answers. The first one is NFT is the first time ever you can have something unique and digital at the same time, such is massive. Since NFT, it was impossible. Before NFTs, it was impossible. So now it's possible. The first answer. The second is people just saw the medias around, they sell this this piece of art for 69 million. They sell CryptoPunks for 150,000. And they just say, okay, it's just a picture with pixels, but it's not. You don't buy the pictures. You buy the rights to have it. How can I say, like a real estate. It's like you have your house, it's your home. So you can prove that you own this thing, first of all. And second of all, they don't understand the big picture. This is not only about the art, it's also around the utilities around it. Let's make an example. I just made a big live 3 hours ago in French about NFTs, and a lot of people say, why would you invest this? And I say, because it's in everywhere. It's in art, music, automotive, it's in luxury, it's in collectibles, it's in real estate, everywhere. It's not only about a JPEG. You can NFTize, I don't know if you use this word. You can NFTize everything. And I have an example. I have it. Oh, it's super cool. Look at this.
Okay.
It's an NFT. So people say, what? It's not an NFT. You have it. Yeah, it is. Let me show you.
Oh, that's a tube. What's inside the tube? A poster?
This one is super cool.
Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk, the skater, right?
Yeah, the best skater ever.
Yeah.
380 to 500.
So that's
so there's only 500 pieces of this, signed by Tony Hawk. And I also have the NFT with Awesome.
Wow.
Super
so you got the physical version and the digital version, right?
Yeah. And let's imagine if I want to sell one or the other one or both, it's huge. It's huge. And it's a massive gap. So it's just an example, but in everything, let's make another example. One day, and I'm sure 100%, Nintendo and Pokemon will go to NFTs. They will launch something around Pokemon cards. And I'm a big believer at Pokemon cards because I'm a collector since 30 years, so since 25 years. So when they will launch, it will be massive. It will be mainstream day one. And a lot of people, even friends of mine, who don't like cryptos and NFTs, recently bought some Ninja Turtle cards on wax. And they said it to me. And I said, oh, you are in crypto now? They said, no, I'm not on crypto. I just bought with my credit card. Yeah, but it's an NFT. It's in crypto. You will receive an email with a wallet. You say, oh, yes, I received it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah. Of course. And for sure, to be honest, for me, crypto, I'm not a believer of CryptoPunks or things like that, but we just need to see if someone pay $150,000 to have it, if it's because there is value inside. Maybe me, I don't see it. And it's not because I don't see it that others don't, Sometimes you don't like something, you think that it's not relevant, but a lot of other people think it is.
Well, what are some recommendations you have for people who want to get into NFTs now? How to choose the right projects? Like, what are your criteria?
Yeah, it's super interesting. To be honest, the first thing I want to say is to just buy what you really want to buy. It's super important. I know I see so much people just buy NFTs just to make a dime on it, to make some dollars. And finally, the market is not good. And finally, they say, oh no, I lost my money and I'm very unhappy. Why you buy it at the beginning? Buy it only if you like it.
So let's talk a little bit about entrepreneurship. You're in France, right? So how did you build a business that is international now? What are some of your recommendations for entrepreneurs who are building their companies in countries, maybe not in the US, but in other countries, and they want to go international? Like, what are some recommendations you have?
Yeah, it's super interesting because I work on this since years now. I help a lot of companies to come here in France to invade the French market, such as just Dutch and English companies, for example. So, and now my goal here in Fructify is to expand Fructify because it works very well here in France and we want to expand internationally. And there is different potential things you can do. And it depends, of course, what kind of cash you have, if you have cash or not, if you have a lot of cash or not. And of course, the strategy is super important because a lot of people say, okay, I'm in Chile, I'm in France, I'm in Germany, I'm in Japan. It works well in my home country. And now I want to go elsewhere. And a lot of people say, okay, English first. Because they already think, okay, we need to go to America, we need to go to the US. So, and why not? It's not a bad way to do it, of course, but it's super, 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 super hard from day one because it costs a lot of money. Let's make an example with us. We work on this and we say, okay, let's go international. So at the beginning, we say, let's go in the US. Everything is too expensive. People are very expensive and it's normal. If you want to have very good people in crypto, in development, it's super, super expensive already here in France, but it's 3 or 4 times more in the US, for example. It's exactly the same when you do marketing. Google ads, YouTube ads, Facebook ads, Snapchat, TikToks, everything is much more expensive in English. And it's normal because there is so much more competition. You have the American companies, the UK, and all around the world, they want to also enter this market. So it's super, super hard. And I think the best way for a company who doesn't have millions and millions of dollars to invest is to be, okay, I'm in Europe, I have an advantage. Because in Europe, it's super hard for American companies to come. Big ones, of course, comes very easily, but I don't talk about big ones. I talk about smaller ones. It's very hard for them. Why? Because we have different languages, different countries, different art de vivre, different living style, etc. We are super different right now. We are connected, but very different.
Different, yeah.
And for us, as a European, it's super interesting because we can say, okay, it's hard for a classic and a normal, not very big companies from the US to come to Europe because it's so expensive and so hard to understand. So we have an advantage. So let's go Italy, Spain, Germany, that 3 market, and there is others, of course, but the 3 are very important. And especially Spain, of course, because if you enter Spain, you enter, as you know, South America. So, and a lot of Hispanophone world. So it's super interesting. And it's so much cheaper. You can find an amazing engineer, Spanish or Chile or from Argentina, etc. A lot cheaper, and is also as good as the American or the French one, but it's just cheaper. So you can come, you can do.
So with your company, what do you do exactly at Fructify? What do you guys do? How do you help other companies?
Yeah. So we have 2 things. First of all is the media. We have a cool YouTube channel in French right now, but it will be in other language very soon, but around cryptos, about NFTs and metaverse. We talk about it every week. We have three shows every week, and we have more than 54 K subscribers, so which is
excellent.
cool. Yeah, I'm very happy. And our core business is a platform to help people to invest automatically and in the simplest way in crypto. And we help a lot of people, a lot of companies to invest their money in cryptos and to be as safe as possible. Because here in France, we have an institution called AMF, such as Autorité des marchés financiers. It's like an institution. We are here to protect people from scams, from financial scams, from crypto scams, etc. And a lot of companies like us need to have how can I say, like a diploma from them to say, okay, this company is good. They are not trying to steal money from people here in France, so you can use it. And the problem is to have this diploma, we need to wait so long because there is too much people who want to have it. So
yes,
at the moment, we are normally in 2 or 3 months, it will be okay. So we are very happy because it's also a barrier. When you have that, the other company cannot say you're not good, so everybody respects you. And it's super important for us because it will be probably in every country in Europe very soon. So we need to have this thing very, very quickly.